Hello, Aries. Thank you so much for joining me. So as always, before we get started here, we're going to take a look at your oracle cards. In Aries, from Lee Vampire, this week you pulled free will, sovereignty, independence, and free spirit. And then from Chakra Wisdom, you pulled insecurity. Now, free will from Lee Vampire is talking about you being able to express yourself and act on your free will. Being able to say yes and no without guilt and without fear. And then when you look at that with insecurity, it's basically saying that your inner demons and inner insecurities are stopping you from being able to act upon your free will. Insecurity, the very first quote for this card says that the greatest adversary is the one that is within me. The gift of adversity is never given without the ability to overcome it. This is about you not listening to those inner fears anymore, facing down those demons, and dealing with these insecurities so that you can start acting on your free will and becoming that free spirit. All right, Aries, here we go. Here is the energy coming through, the Four of Swords. So some of you are taking a break, taking a rest, a much needed rest for some of you maybe. The Four of Swords, though, it's not just about taking a break and taking a rest. There is reflection here. There's this meditation happening, and it's about looking at your past actions. But, you know, for some of you, it could just be you needing to take a break and needing to recuperate. And so in the past, Three of Swords, this as the past coming through is saying that some of you have had to deal with some heartbreaking situations, right? I always hate seeing the Three of Swords, but it being the past is good. Now it's time to start moving forward from this. And there's a part of you here that, you know, immediately just between the two, it's like dealing with a really difficult situation and now needing to find some healing, right? But here you're just taking that break. You're done. You're done with the battle. It's time to rest. And in the present, the Four of Wands. So, you know, I'd like to see this as you starting to create a more stable foundation for yourself. When you look at the Four of Wands, even in the reverse, this is a really positive card. There's celebration here. There's a feeling of freedom, right? But I think for some of you in the present, you're starting to create a little bit more of a stable foundation for yourself rather than, you know, the shakiness out of the Three of Swords, right? I mean, for some of you, it may have to do with like family issues, you know, maybe some separation with people in the home. But I feel like you guys are quick. You're quick when it comes to these energies and moving on to the next. Future conditions, judgment. Wow. Assessment, atonement, and rebirth. Judgment is one of those cards for me that, you know, it kind of scares me because I can't really think of too many people who would want to relive half the shit they've been through, let alone things they may have done, right? Judgment, when you look at the card, you're seeing the souls rising up facing that judgment, right? But truly, the only judgment you're ever going to face is your own. But this is you looking at the past, right? And it's looking at what has happened in the past. And, you know, the warning here with judgment is when you're going through this review over what you've been through, you have to be careful about the judgments that you're passing, right? On yourself, on other people, on the situation. You know, the whole point here is to look at it, learn from it, and let it go, because there is a chance for rebirth here, right? You know, they say that this is the phoenix rising from the ashes, even though I see that more as the death card, but, you know, very much a part of judgment as well. But there's a need here for you to really look at what happened with that Three of Swords. Your best path to follow, the Three of Coins. This is a big shift. This as Spirit's advice to you, first of all, is saying that now it's time to get up. It's time to start doing something here. When you look at the Three of Coins, it's not just about work and the effort that you're putting through and being recognized for it, right? It's also working toward a common goal. If you're dealing with situations where you've had some arguments within family, this is saying that now it's time to come together and start working together, right? If you're dealing with situations where, you know, you've had like breakups, you know, now's the time for you to start picking yourself up and start working towards something that is going to be a little bit more stable for you than dealing with these kind of situations. The Three of Swords immediately to me suggests that you already know what this is about, right? This isn't something that, you know, is going to be like some, oh shit, what's happening to me? You know, you already know because you've already been through this. But it's time to get away from that, right? You don't want to deal with those heartbreaking separations and yuck. I hate the Three of Swords. But the Three of Coins is saying, it's time to start working now. It's time to start working towards something better. You don't want to keep dredging up the past and looking at it over and over and over again with judgment. It's time to start working towards something new and something more stable in your environment. And here's the thing with Aries. When it comes to you guys dealing with difficult situations, no one would ever know. No one would ever know unless you let them in, because your outward enthusiastic view on life keeps people out. They have no idea what's going on internally. And for you to be hanging on to things isn't good either, you know, and there's that other warning with judgment. You don't want to keep dredging this back up over and over and over again and looking at it, you know, because what is happening here is so much better. The Magician is like being able to manipulate matter and start manifesting things in your life, right? It's thinking big. It's saying that you have the ability through your own talents to manifest whatever it is that you want, right? There is a big shift between the Three of Swords, this need to take a break, and now, you know, now it's time to start taking action here. Let's stop thinking about this now and start manifesting it, right? And if what you're wanting to do is to create a more stable foundation for yourself, whether that's moving into a new home or a new job, whatever the situation is here, it's, you got to stop thinking about it and you got to start doing it, and stop dredging up the past. Stop doing that to yourself. Your hopes and your fears. Damn it, Aries. What the hell? The Five of Cups is suggesting that, you know, you're fearing that you're not going to be able to move on from the emotional pain surrounding the heartbreaking situation that you've been through before. The whole point with the Five of Cups, and they've always said this, that not all is lost because you still have the Two Cups remaining. It's about building on what you still have rather than focusing on what is gone, right? And emotional pain sucks. It sucks ass, especially when you're dealing with heartbreaking situations. But I think it's important right now to really start surrounding yourself with family. I feel like that's important, looking at the Four of Wands. You know, it may not be the Three of Cups, that speaks more of friendship, but I think that this is the support of family, right? In being able to rely on those people closest to you to start helping you build a better foundation for yourself, rather than continuously dredging up the past, right? And it's understandable. I would want to be like the Four of Swords too, sitting in the bathtub like, fuck it, I am not dealing with this. I don't want to think about it. I just want to be, you know. But you can't keep placing your focus on the painful things, you know, especially if you're looking to start manifesting something different and better. And then the outcome, look at that. Wow, Aries, wow. Temperance. Temperance is the outcome, is saying, first of all, You have angels around you. You have guidance, right? I love that about Temperance. I love seeing this card. This is patience. It's balance. It's moderation. But it's guidance as well. It's like, you know, there's angels surrounding you saying it's going to be all right. You're going to be fine. We're going to get control over our thoughts and our emotions, and we're going to be able to move forward here. Wow, Aries, wow. But I really feel like Spirit's telling you it's time to get up now. It's time to get up and start doing something. You can't keep dredging up those issues from the past. Whatever has happened in the past, it's done now. It's done. There's no point in continuing to keep looking at it, right? Especially if you have, you know, some new ideas happening for you with the Magician. Seeing that in your environment is saying that you're thinking big here. You're thinking about doing something bigger and better, right, than what you've been through before, which is fantastic. You know, and the Four of Wands suggests you're putting in the work too. But there are other things that need to be dealt with, and seeing Temperance come out is beautiful. It's beautiful. All right, Aries, we're going to take a look at soul trees to see what other messages there are for you guys. But, man, you guys have been through some difficulties. I look at that, and I immediately have sympathy, because I look at 3 and 5, and I know what that feels like. And your ability to get up and start moving again and being the leader is... Aries is an inspiration to the rest of us when it comes to dealing with situations like this, because you are the leaders. You know how to get yourselves back together and start moving forward with enthusiasm, right? When I look at this situation here, and especially with Judgment and the 3 of Swords, there is a need for you to have compassion for yourself and have compassion for what you've been through, right? And then looking at the 3rd chakra, the solar plexus, this is your ego. This is your identity, right? Your sense of self. It's only ever blocked by shame. So if you guys are feeling a block right now, it's time to start having some confidence in yourself, especially with insecurity showing up here. Hell yeah, have confidence. Have confidence in yourself. Have confidence in the things that you are manifesting in your life and working toward. But definitely compassion, it's so important. Compassion seems to be a thing that seems to be continuous for Aries with me when it comes to your readings. But this is for you specifically, having compassion for yourself and what you've been through. All right, Aries, we're going to take a look at the romance angels to see what the messages are in terms of love. But I feel like I have to say this because I think it's important for some of you. If you dealt with some really painful situations, rely on the support of family. Family being, you know, maybe your friends, your adopted family, your blood, whatever the situation is here, rely on these people, because I feel like they're going to create the stable foundation for you to start picking yourself back up and start working toward more stability instead of pain. Playfulness. To recapture romance, allow your inner youthful spirit of fun to shine. And that may be difficult when you're dealing with really painful situations. But playfulness, I think, is perfect for you guys, because that is what attracts people to you, is your fun, optimistic, playful nature. All right, Aries, beautiful messages. I sympathize with you guys for sure. Like, and I know a lot of you know and understand. I know what this feels like. And the positive out of all of this is that you have guidance around you. There are angels surrounding you right now. And it's important here for you to be careful about dredging up the past a little bit too much, so that you're not continuously creating situations where you're feeling that kind of pain. But definitely get up, and start manifesting beautiful things for yourself. Okay, Aries, so I feel like whoever I'm meant to connect with here, I think that you are having a block when it comes to your solar plexus or your ego. It's like some of you had a hit to the ego, and now there's a need to have confidence in what you're doing and what you're deciding to do and start acting on your own free will. Now, apart from that, some of you have gone through some really painful situations. And whatever this is, I feel like it's important for who I'm connecting with here to know that your family is supporting you. But Spirit is trying to tell you it's time to get up now. It's time to get up and it's time to start manifesting the things that you want. But for some reason, some of you are looking at the past. And I feel like what happens out of this is you start to feel that guidance around you. And you start getting up and you start doing something different instead of focusing on the pain. But, you know, and I can't blame you because I would be the same way. Like, fuck it, I'm not dealing with this shit. I would rather just be than have to look at this. But while you're in this state of taking a break and trying to recuperate, it's like you're just going right back to the past. So I like the outcome because it's telling me that there's going to be some major balance in your life. There's going to be guidance around you. And I think it's important, you know, again, for whoever I'm connecting with, if you're feeling down, the support of family is going to be the most important thing for you this week in order to get your focus away from the painful things that have happened in the past. Remember, with judgment, there is rebirth there. But then the other thing, too, is it's time for you to start acting on the things that you're thinking about, because Spirit is telling you that you can manifest whatever it is that you want, but you have to take your focus away from the pain, which is hard to do and it's understandable. But with these two showing up, you're looking forward to much better things and you have guidance helping you.